Mimi has a question, and she says, a key concern is government's expenditure. There are hints that cutting down on expenditure and size of government is on the table. Is that correct? As part of talk with our external creditors, has it come up? Government size, has it come up?
No, not that I am privy to. I haven't heard that come up in any of our meetings with external creditors so far. But I answered you earlier by saying that I've never been to a meeting of the government of Ghana where it has been said that the doors are closed to any possible ways of cutting expenditure.
If the doors are not closed, when exactly are we seeing action, especially with government size?
There has already been action. I have already mentioned to you that, in fact, you asked that, so what are the outcomes for 2022? And I reminded you of the timelines, that the timelines are now due for the numbers to come out. There's already been action on various levels. And I've mentioned that the doors are not closed to further cuts as are being examined. And as we go through and as we examine some more, if there are places where some more cuts can be done, it makes sense to make those cuts.
But as in the number of ministers, that we are not going to see any, cut reduction in that size. Are we ever going to see that?
The understanding I have is that Parliament does not even share that view.
The Parliament does not share the view that the number of ministers should be reduced?
No.
How so?
You saw what happened in Parliament the last time. Literally, that question was put on the table. Despite all the conversations, the last time it was put on the table, you saw the numbers. So Parliament as a body does not even share that view. But as I've mentioned, and listen, the reason that Parliament doesn't share that view, for example, I am a Minister of State. I don't get paid 1 cedi as a Minister of State. I get paid as a Member of Parliament. So whether I was a minister or not, my cost to the Ghanaian Republic will not change. And a good number of these ministers that are spoken about are members of Parliament. It doesn't cost the taxpayer any extra because they are paid as members of Parliament. This is very different from the previous scenario where you had persons who were being paid as members of Parliament and at the same time being paid as ministers of state. But I don't want to get into those arguments which sometimes get partisan, etc. Number one, some cuts have been made. Number two, the doors are not closed, and any opportunity to do some cuts, I think it makes sense that government will respond to those opportunities.
Okay.